This is an international podcast transmission. Is anyone out there? If you're listening, you've reached the No Fixed Agenda podcast.
A little bit today.
Everything's gonna be okay, all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do I owe this pleasure of you
Morning, bro.
singing to me?
It's Friday.
It's cold.
It's cold. I wish I was cuddling with, underneath a warm blanket and a bowl of soup or something, bro. And so I have to hype myself up.
Sing to yourself.
And sing to myself.
Serenade me, if you will.
I've been living off this thing called "Fake It Till You Make It," and kind of living in this thing right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
And I'm gonna live with it because the alternative is to curl up and cry.
We don't really run our heat in our house,
Oh, bro.
for a variety of reasons. But we have a fireplace, and that thing is on
All the time.
constantly, and it, like, you can tell the difference between the sides of our house, like the living room side of our house
It's all
versus the kitchen
warmed.
side. It's all nice and toasty. You don't want to go into the kitchen when you're.
That's the dark zone. No.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So we
no.
we kind of huddle over in the fireplace side of things.
At least your partner and your spouse will huddle up with you. I am prohibited. Turn on the heat in my house, dude. I'm living with 2 menopausal women who always have fucking hot flashes, dude. And it could be 36 degrees in the valley in Oceanside. And if you live in the valley, you know it is fucking cold. And I got ice on my windshield, and these ladies are like, "I'm hot." It doesn't matter. You know what their response was to me when I said I wanted to turn the heater on or just run the fireplace? They bought me a heating blanket.
Oh, those are nice though.
Bro, we got a heater. I get it. I mean, no.
No, that's the other thing. We got a heating blanket for the dogs.
Oh, no.
Des, and so we've been using that a lot too. But
yeah,
we're complaining about Southern California winters,
and I get it. We're not in.
Sorry, Illinois.
Yeah,
sorry, East Coast. Whatever.
Wherever you're freezing your butts off and you're going below zero in the temperature.
We are bougie here in Southern California.
I pay for it. I can complain about it, dude.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
We can complain because we pay the sunshine tax.
Yes,
so
100%. Anyways, but that's not why we're here.
Why are we here today?
I think we're going to talk about.
What are you roping me into today?
I'm roping you into this conversation of. We did it last year, and I wanted to do it this year because it just seems like the more and more as we're under this presidential regime that we're in now, that has not gotten away from politics, right? And I don't want to talk about politics today, but I do want to talk about the halftime show.
You want to talk about the Super Bowl halftime?
The Super Bowl halftime show. Last year we talked about it, and it was a brief conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this year, dude, it was definitely politically charged in so many ways.
That's funny you say that. I actually think last year's show was more politically charged than this year.
Really?
The difference being, my opinion, is the fact that it felt more politically charged because a lot of the far right MAGA Republicans were so upset that we had a Puerto Rican artist come in and he sang all in
Spanish.
Mm-hmm. I think that created it to be more of a politically charged deal. Kendrick Lamar last year had a lot more shit to say in a lot of his stuff, whereas Bad Bunny, I thought it was a little bit more about. First of all, I didn't understand a lick of it. I get it, and I think 60% of the United States probably didn't understand, and that's whatever. It's fine. When you look at everything, you could definitely tell that it was more about togetherness and love and all that stuff. So I digress from my opinion to that, but
we want to share your
there was yes, I think it was politically charged, like you were saying. I think it was on a different level.
I
this is.
think I disagree with you because I think that last year was slightly politically charged, but it was very cryptic in the way he approached it. There was a lot. I mean, our conversation about
Yeah.
that shit with last year, dude, was like dissecting it and understanding what he was saying, and he was speaking plain English, bro.
Yeah.
And so, I think this one was definitely. I think for the first time in NFL halftime history, bro, they had a alternative show.
Oh yeah.
They had never done that before.
Yeah.
They created an alternative show because why was Bad Bunny? And look, I am not a Bad Bunny fan, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you, completely transparent, and I speak fluent Spanish, and I have a hard time understanding him. Okay, and so everybody that knows me knows that I am not a Bad Bunny fan. I will rock to his jams, and I'll play him in class and do all the things, but I'm not a Bad Bunny fan because I don't understand the guy, and I speak plain freaking Spanish as well, right? But I will say that I was a little like, like, why would they have to have a secondary show? Like, just the theatrics of the halftime show is part of the draw. Like, obviously, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan or Katy Perry and all these freaking artists that have played the halftime show. Even country music, bro. I would still watch the damn show, dude,
Yeah.
because it's all about the theatrics. It's about the environment, and I cannot believe for the freaking. I was shocked, like, and then okay, granted, they have a second show, an alternative show. The alternative show was a freaking joke, bro.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
It was terrible.
It was horrible.
So I'll agree with you on that. Like I said, I think the everything was politically charged again in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And it has I don't know. It's to me it's very funny. What's funny with everything is and I'll be completely honest, I watched the Super Bowl at all this year. I didn't really watch the halftime show. I watched a little bit of it because I wanted to see what it was going to be about.
Mm.
I realized he was going to be speaking in all Spanish, and I was just like, I'm not going to understand this. Whatever. I'm tired as all hell. I'm just going to pass out. Whatever. Yeah. But then there's also that, like, okay, I want to check out, and I don't even have Turning Point or whatever.
Yeah,
so you kind of had to look at it from a YouTube perspective, right? So I looked at it afterwards, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, this is just terrible.
Dude, he was lip syncing and didn't even have a mic to his lips.
Didn't even have a mic to his lips. It was recorded like 4 days in advance of the show.
Dude. Oh gosh.
And it was all white guys that in it's country music, but it was just all like geared toward that MAGA demographic. Right. Honestly, it was. Yeah. And you watch that. What I think is funny about it is, and there was some stuff on social media about this, that, Trump had his big Mar-a-Lago Super Bowl thing. And he didn't even watch
his own halftime show.
The Turning Point halftime show. He was watching the Bad Bunny halftime show in the Mar-a-Lago Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is very funny with this, is the fact that you politically charged in the media and this and that. Why are we doing Bad Bunny and and it's just
I think and I said I'm trying to stay away from politics, right? But I'm going to talk about like just the overall environment of our country right now and how I feel like leadership matters. This is one thing that I'm learning in my business, right? And so like we've talked about like me stepping out from coaching as much, and so I can kind of be a leader. And I think leadership matters from that perspective. And so this heightened alert of leadership in the country is crazy because like the Super Bowl is one of those things. It's only United States things, right? We don't have. There are some countries that have games and they follow the game.
So that's what's crazy is now. I don't know the numbers on it, but the Super Bowl is now played in more and more,
more
countries, right?
yeah.
What's funny to me is the fact that you're making such a big deal about this,
Right.
like that. y- I would love to be one of the, you know, people like in Europe or whatever
Yeah.
that's watching this game. That's kind of seeing the outlining of this Bad Bunny versus
This
Turning
Turning
Point
Point,
USA,
yeah.
whatever halftime shows, and this is like, this is a fucking joke.
Dude, as a
It's a
country,
fucking joke.
bro. Like,
I'm
if you think of
embarrassed, by the way.
exactly, dude, that's my point. Like, I don't care if you're far right. I don't care if you're far left. I don't care if you're a Trumpist, because there's more far rights that are like not Trumpists now because or conservatives that are not Trumpists
Yeah.
anymore that are regretting it. And then there's also the other side, the liberal side, where it's just like they've always hated Republicans in general, but they really hate Trump. like, but to my point is the point that I want to make here is that the Super Bowl has been always one of those united things where people just kind of get together, have parties, and we all sit there, and it's a great day to go to Disneyland. It's a
Yeah.
great day to be in anywhere in public, but it's not. It was a total division, and it kind of, honest to God, it made me a little sad, dude. Like, I'm like, good Lord, man,
Well,
why?
what sucks is the fact is it took away from the actual game itself. Now, was
well,
the
the
game
game sucked.
the game was terrible, but it did take away
Yes,
from the game itself.
absolutely.
And when it's all said and done, this shit's all entertainment.
Exactly.
And the fact that, and to go to your point about the way the country is right now, it's sad the fact that people are upset that they're not getting what they want.
Mm,
You know, the majority of the time, the Super Bowl halftime show is fed into the pop culture of some degree, and not everybody's. Not, why wasn't when they brought out Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and that group?
That was good.
Why weren't more people upset about that? It's like, oh, I don't listen to rap and hip hop, like
Yeah.
and then you don't really ever have country
Yeah.
music at the halftime show, which is
Back.
well.
No, just
I think it's a little, it's a little bit slower. It's with the Super Bowl halftime show, you want it to be more pop, a little bit more like bounce,
energetic,
little energetic, right?
Yeah.
And I don't take that away from any country artist, but it's just the way it is. Like you want the very upbeat, like get people on their feet type of thing. And there's not very many country artists that could do that, maybe 2 or 3. But anyway, like why, why make such a big deal about this guy? And it's all because he's Puerto Rican, or he's not American.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Puerto Rico's American.
Puerto Rico's American. So, and then on top of it, he speaks all in Spanish and whatever. And it's insane to me that that's where we are in the country. It is a fucking embarrassment.
Yeah,
and the fact that is what we are talking about.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And it was like, I didn't even know it was a thing, dude, until I started seeing things come up on my feed. And I don't even follow a lot of politics stuff, man. And so it's just like, for it to pop up on my feed, dude, and I was like, and then all of that, it's always one of those things where it's like, after the Super Bowl, the next day, that Monday, bro, all people talk about is the Super Bowl halftime show or the game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was an awesome game. Or, oh, that was it. Now it's like, to your point, absolutely, it was all talking about this. Did you like the game sucked, but what about that halftime? And what did you think about this? And I'm like, and here we are, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I think at the end of the day, you're gonna have those people who are like, I don't understand it. I speak Spanish and I don't understand him, but I will say that I understood one thing, and then I think, and the same thing with the Kendrick Lamar, and the same thing with Snoop Dogg, like the theatrics of it and the story behind what each one of those artists has brought. Even if they were to play a country artist at the halftime, he would bring his or her own story to it.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the beautiful part of what the Super Bowl halftime is, right? 15 minutes, dude. You're sitting there doing the damn thing, right? And I think as much as I am not a fan of Bad Bunny, And as much as I don't understand everything that he says because Puerto Rican Spanish is a little different than Mexico Spanish, um, I really enjoyed the story behind it. Like, even though you didn't speak Spanish or understand what he was saying, you saw that he was bringing his whole country, right, or his whole state, because it's a state,
Yeah.
to the forefront of the population, like the bodegas, and he had an officiated wedding, bro, like a true
Yeah, I
wedding.
know.
It was a real wedding. Like they actually got married and said I do. They even interviewed the pastor who did it, bro, which was so freaking cool, right? And then the billboard sign, right? Which is so true in so many ways. And that's the real reason why I wanted to talk about the Super Bowl, because Bad Bunny was right in a lot of ways. He's like, we're all together. It was a thing of unity.
Mhm.
But the only thing that's really going to fix our country, man, is not more hate. It's not going to be more, I hate the left, I hate the right, I hate Trump, I don't hate Trump, I hate ICE. Like all these things, that's not going to fix our country, man. What will fix our country is that we actually start loving each other. That's the one thing in my head that will be the only cure to this country, man. That's the honest to God truth. If we continue down this hate path, it's going to be one of civil war, dude. They're talking about civil war now. People like arming up and doing all this other things and all this other crap, dude. And I'm like, man, at the end of the day, dude, we just gotta start loving each other, man. We just gotta start loving each other. And like, yeah, you might not agree with the president that's in office now. There's gonna be another president in the office, and you're not gonna agree with him or her either, right?
Mhm.
And you're always gonna have an opposing opposition to your own beliefs and what you think is right or wrong. But that's the beautiful part of who we are as a freaking country, man, as a society, as a human race, man. Like the fact that you and I can disagree and still sit here in the room and love each other, and like that's what the rest of the country needs to do, right? On a
Yeah.
larger scale, right? And that's the one beautiful part about this freaking halftime show that I really enjoyed was like, oh, I'm not a Bad Bunny fan, and I didn't understand everything he said in his lyrics, even though I speak Spanish. But I love the fact that he was like, no, all the countries, all of us are
Yeah.
together. And the one thing that's going to fix us as a human race, and more importantly as a country, is going to be love. And that's like, it's really hard. You know, you talk about the theories of energy, right? It's like if you and I were sitting here and we just opposed each other, and I was pushing back and you were pushing back, we would just aggressively more push back
Mhm.
to each other. But if you kept
Look at you
pushing,
getting all scientific.
yeah, look at that. Yeah, if you kept pushing and I stopped pushing, what would happen? Right?
Yeah.
You would just, yes, am I going your way for a little while? But eventually you would stop pushing because you have no opposing force.
Yep.
And that's the same thing that needs to happen in this country, man. It's like people just need to say, okay, cool. Yes, some people got deported. Yes, some people did wrong. Yes, people died. Yes, this president, we all agree is, well, a lot of us agree that he doesn't speak right. Like this, he says a lot of stupid shit, right? He's a narcissist, for fuck's sake. Like this is what we get it, right? But just because he speaks that way doesn't mean we have to believe it, right? And if you do believe it, cool, do your thing, man. But at the end of the day, you'll come to some realization that it really doesn't matter what he fucking says.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. And so you're still going to live your life. You're still going to do the thing. And you're not going to see, you might feel the results in some of the other areas of your life, but that's the same for any fucking president that I've ever come across, man. You've been on this planet for almost 50 years. I've been on this planet for 48 years. How many presidents have you seen that changed things? And here we are still as a human race, fine.
Yeah. What I want to go back to the halftime show really quick, and this is all post.
Good. Here we go.
What I loved about the posts,
Oh.
you kind of hear some of the stuff, like you talk about all the like the grass. People were dressed as the grass.
Yeah.
Did you see
The bundles, yes.
Did you see there was one guy, and he was like, I think he was either drunk or stoned. I think he was stoned
Oh, shit.
the entire time he was in that
in that.
in that outfit.
Fuck yeah.
Because you could kind of see him. Like, I was watching it on the back end because I wanted to see the highlights of it, and you just had like, because all these grass pieces came out and they all did their thing or whatever, and there was this one guy, like, you could see him just like just smiling.
Which way do I go?
Just not paying any, like, not really paying any attention, but yet paying attention. And it was either the excitement of everything that was happening to him,
Right.
or he had something going on as far as some weed in him
Yeah.
or some booze. But he was just all over the place and just
I love
having a good time with it. And that was kind of what I saw socially after the fact is,
Dude.
you get past all of the performance aspect of it. People start looking at little small things around the, like, what was going on, and that was the big thing that they talked about. It was the piece of
The
grass,
grass bundles.
the grass bundle that was like all over, like, literally they were running on and off the field, and he was just like not staying in line. He was just
Lost bundle. Get this fool under control. Yeah. No, bro. But if you think about it, this is what it's supposed to be.
That's
like.
what it's supposed to
This
be
is what
about.
dude, Janet Jackson with the wardrobe malfunction. Like,
Yeah.
dude, we've been talking, that happened freaking 20 years ago almost, man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's been forever, and we're still talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Now it's going to be about this lost bundle.
It's funny, but that's what the halftime show is really supposed to bring about, is those funny things that you like,
Absolutely.
the entertainment value of
Yep.
it, the aspect of it, like what the set designs are, what what
The
being played in the
humor,
music,
yeah,
and not
yeah.
so much he's anti-American because he didn't speak English.
Like,
He's
dude,
anti-American, da 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 da, and I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
really got like. And the shitty thing is it's not only, it's just the media is just
Eating.
feeds it, and it drives me crazy. One of these times, what I would really like to know, this is kind of off topic. What I'd really like to know is, like, let's just take Fox News, for example, because Fox News is all about Trump.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff, we'll talk about the Super Bowl, some of the stuff that Trump says about the Super Bowl, and then that Fox News on air comes in and says, well, it's anti-American because he didn't speak English, and da 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 da. What I'd like to really know is, once those people get off the air, if they turn to their friend and be like, listen, what the fuck is going on? Why are we talking about this? Like, why does this have to be of news value?
Who the fuck wrote this script?
who wrote this? That's what I see it, and that goes on both sides of the media. From
whether it's CNN or Fox, right?
It doesn't really matter. They say these stories, and you're like, I really want to know, like, after they get off air, like, what the fuck did I just read? What the fuck did I just? Why did I just report on this?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh my god, dude.
They can't in their right mind
think that's okay.
Think that some of the shit is okay that they're saying on air and that they're reporting on it. Because I'm just like, God, I'd like to know what the dinner conversation is at home for this one.
He's like, babe, I had to read this thing about the fucking the halftime show. What the hell?
Yeah. To me, I'm just like, what the? That's, I don't know. So I look at it, I'm just like, but to me, the fact that they felt that they needed
a second
halftime,
that was nuts.
With, and I'm sorry, Kid Rock he's past his prime. Like you said, he was lip syncing to no microphone in front of him.
Yeah.
And even the other guys that they brought on that are country artists weren't all that great either. And I'm like, who's even watching this? Like, and they said it was had more views than the Super Bowl. I'm like, there's no way.
After the fact, because we were like, did you see that train wreck? Like, because I got to go back and watch it. Like, no, it was stupid. And then the other thing, like the correlations between, like, I believe in God, right? And so it was a Christian network.
Yeah.
And Kid Rock is anything but Christian.
Well, that's the thing. That was one of the things that they brought up before the Super Bowl happened, is like, they started bringing out all of these, like, oh, well, these were his lyrics back in the day.
Yeah.
And you got this Turning Point Christian Network or whatever it is.
But then it was like, so the Turning Point, And so there are a couple Christian based content creators or influencers that I have followed. Some of them that I unfollow because they just get too crazy for me. But some of them were now criticizing, like, oh yeah, like they didn't know whether to go full conservative or kind of like say that the Super Bowl halftime show was okay, right? So I was like, so they were like, one of them, I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head, it was just too much, but he was like, there was so many things that were wrong with the halftime show, but there was actually a Christian pastor who performed the ceremony, the wedding ceremony,
Yeah.
on the Super Bowl. First time in Super Bowl history that somebody got married during the Super Bowl halftime show, right? And so he was like, and so they were like, so there was a lot of good things, but there were so many bad things. And they're referring to the guys like there was, you know, a display of two gay guys, I think it was, that were like hugging or kissing each other, right? And I'm like, dude, at the end of the day, like, like true faith-based people that are truly like understand what Bible says and all this other stuff. Like, dude, you gotta love people. You're not here to judge. You're here to love people. Like, this is what God truly wanted us to do, right? And so I digress from the religious aspect of it, but going back to the Super Bowl time, dude, it was so much. It was so cool. It was so beautiful. It was a lot of fun. We should be talking about the lost fucking grass bundles, right? And how cool it was. Like, dude, it was so much grass out there. Like, how are they going to get grass out? Like, just the technical aspect of
the
it,
choreography
dude. The choreograph part of it. Like, I thought the same thing when Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre came in. Like, they had the whole setup with lowriders and just that aspect of the Super Bowl, of the last two Super. Like, I think Kendrick Lamar's was a little bit less technical.
Yeah,
I think definitely Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and Eminem's, that was very technical, and I think this one was very technical as well. That's the shit we should be talking about, bro, because that shit was wild. As an event producer, I could not fathom having that many people wrapped in fucking grass.
yeah. I think to go back to the wedding thing really quick, what I'd like to know is, I don't know much about how people, who those people were.
Yeah.
Hey, how much did they pay?
Yeah.
Like, what was that opportunity? Like, who gave them that opportunity?
Yeah.
How much did they pay to have to do it? What was the logistics for them and
Like,
doing
when
that?
did they say I do?
And so that adds on top of it. I just thought that was quite interesting that they put that together. I'm like, fucking awesome for them. Like, great, good for her.
Yeah.
Good for that husband and wife. I mean, I looked at that and I was like, how the hell did you even pull that off? Who was able to pull that off?
Right? He's like, hurry up, we gotta hurry up.
Yeah.
Like, say your vows, quick.
Yeah, exactly. For all we know, it could have just been guerrilla. People ran onto the field, got married really fast, and ran off. Who knows?
I don't know, but just to think about that, I understand what it takes to get a wedding done, but it just, that's the shit, dude. There were so many key components to this halftime show that are being like that are not going to be looked at or spoken about, that were so beautiful, right? Because of the political pulls and ties to it, the ugliness behind it.
Well, I will say I applaud the NFL for bringing in somebody like Bad Bunny that's going to be way different than what they've done in the past, and to not fold and be like, okay,
we get it.
Yeah. We'll bring somebody else in, right? Like, I applaud the NFL for bringing in somebody completely different and somebody who's going to represent a completely different demographic of the United States and, their culture.
I thought the same thing, dude. I was like, if you think about it, it's almost like it's almost intentional that they're trying to pick these artists that are bringing these different cultures in as a point of controversy, is what I thought.
Yeah.
And so I applaud them for like not wavering from like doing these things. Yes, I had the same thought that you just had, but I also think like just from controversy brings eyes, right? And attention. And so I think it's very strategically placed. Like they're picking these controversial artists, understanding the political climate behind it all, and going, yeah, we get it. Like, you are, uh, you know, the political climate is very divided right now, and there's a lot of MAGA right now, and conservatives that are making a lot of noise right now. Let's pick somebody who's not MAGA and put them in the spotlight and see
Yeah.
what happens. Like
Yeah.
it's almost like strategically placed controversy that they're trying to do, and they've done that for the last 3 years, right? Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, and there was a lot of people that said the same thing, right? It just even people that are like, well, I don't listen to rap,
Yeah.
right? I don't watch Snoop Dogg. Dude, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, bro. Some of these today's adults, right? Or was it Gen Alpha? Don't even know who the fuck they are.
I never listened to him.
They weren't even born, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's kind of cool that they're doing that. It's also even better that they're sticking to their guns, in despite all of the controversy behind it. So yes,
Yeah.
I think it's a cool thing that NFL's doing, and I doubt the NFL's listening to our freaking podcast, right? But maybe somebody will at some point, right? But I think that it would be cool to have a country artist, because we haven't had a real country artist coming out there, right?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's again, I think it suits that you play it safe and you do the top 40 pop
Right.
whatever, and I
Right.
think the majority of people can listen to that.
Right.
You're never gonna please everybody.
Never.
That's the thing. Like
I learned that
rap country,
yeah. In
you
an
know,
18 person class, bro, I could never play the right music.
yeah, it's you're gonna get it. It's the entertainment value that comes with it, though,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it's you don't have to like the artist to be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna watch it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it turns out to be a good show. So we'll see. Again, I applaud the NFL for bringing somebody in completely different.
I think just keeping the variety of it, and I think to the non-American comments that have been made about Bad Bunny not being non-American because he speaks Spanish, right? I think it's important for us to realize that changing what American or United States means, right, needs to be redefined in a lot of ways. I think, and it's not all one way. It can't be all left and it can't be all right. It can't be anti-Trump and Trump, right? It's like everybody. Like, what makes the United States? We're a country made of immigrants, man. Whether you're white,
Yeah.
brown, black, yellow, purple, like it don't fucking matter, dude. We were all brought on this freaking country from a place of immigration, whether you're European of European or
Yep.
Irish descent,
Yep.
or of Mexican and African American descent.
Yep.
Right? And so that's the definition of that. So maybe they have a K-pop fucking artist in the next halftime, dude. Like
K-pop demon
Yeah.
hunters or whatever.
Right? Whatever, dude.
Whatever's-
Like
yeah.
just that's true America right there, right? The diversity in our country is something that needs to be highlighted.
I'm interested. Like they'll never do it because it won't fit to the majority demographic that watches the NFL. But you know, as baby boomers and Gen Xers get older, and you get these
Mhm.
Gen Alphas that are getting into their 20s and 30s,
Mhm.
eventually there's going to be some really like random
Artists.
Well, they're not going to like be like, oh, let's bring on some K-pop now.
Oh, dude,
And they
yeah,
might,
they
but
might.
because that's definitely not gonna
Yeah.
vibe to the
These
demographic here.
people are Korean.
Yeah. It's
North Korea's
funny,
coming.
but it'll eventually happen. It's
Yeah.
just kind of funny. I think it'll change with the generational,
Yeah.
viewer,
Yeah.
so to speak, and see what happens.
We'll
but
see. We'll see.
I don't know.
But dude, there's a lot of talk about what people thought of the halftime show. But the question I would like to ask the audience is like, what did you think behind the message of the halftime show?
Yeah.
That's the freaking question.
Yeah.
Like, that's the real reason why I wanted to talk about the halftime show, not just so much that it was funny because there was a lost grass bundle or because
Yeah.
of whatever, but the message behind it. What do you guys think about that? Is it something that we need more of to heal this country?
Yeah, that's a good question for everybody. So drop us a comment, let us know. Thanks guys for listening in, and we'll catch you on the next one.